So I was gifted these gorgeous, huge zucchinis the other day. And you're probably wondering why the hell they're so huge, because I was too. So apparently if you leave them on the vine too long, this is what happens. So you've got to get them when they're just right. When it looks like they're ready to pick them. And because of the heat here in Temora, it has been so hot, the heat definitely makes them grow a lot faster as well. So if you're looking at your zucchinis and they look like they're ready to pick them, or else they're going to turn out like this. However, they're still good to eat. And I'm going to show you a delicious recipe or two that you can make with your giant zucchinis. Now, we can still cook with this giant zucchini, but it does limit what you can kind of do with them because they're so big, they become a little bit bitter. So because of that, the best recipes for giant zucchinis are things like fritters, cakes, quiches, anything like that. But if you're going to steam them or put them into salads, they're not the best size zucchini to use for those things. So today we're going to make a delicious zucchini fritter. We're going to start off by grating our zucchini. Obviously give it a wash, I've already washed this, but we're going to grate the zucchini. I'm just going to cut the ends. And because it's so huge, I'm going to cut it in half, which will make the grating a lot easier. Now it's time to get grating. Now, keep the skin on. It doesn't alter the flavor or the texture at all. It gives it a gorgeous color after it's been fried. So it's best to keep the skin on the zucchini because it just makes it look so much more beautiful. Okay, so that zucchini has given me at least 3 cups of zucchini, which is great. And what we're going to do now is we are going to squeeze out all that excess water. Not too much. We don't want to squeeze the living daylights out of it, but we do want to squeeze a fair bit of it out. So you can see that there's quite a bit of water and juice in this zucchini. So we're going to get as much of that water out, and then we're going to pop it into our bowl. All right, now it's time to add the rest of our ingredients. So I've got some shallots here. I've cut off the ends, but don't throw them out. Keep them and regrow them. Just pop them in some water and every few days change the water, but you'll be able to use them over and over again. So these can go into your garden bed or just leave them in some water. All right, I'm going to chop up some shallots here. All right, let's pop them in. Oops. Now I've got some dill. Dill goes beautifully with zucchini and the shallots and all the different flavors that we're going to add to our zucchini mix. Can be a bit overpowering. So what I like to do, I don't like to use too much. So this is roughly half a packet of the dill. So we'll cut that up finely, pop it into, okay, now I've got my lemon and I'm going to zest the lemon, the whole lemon, and we're going to add it to our mix. This will give it a gorgeous, gorgeous zesty flavor to our fritters. This smells so good already. Now for some garlic. So what I like to do is I'll just cut the ends off, get the skin off. And a really nice way to get flavor from your garlic into your dishes is to grate it in there. So we're going to grate a couple of cloves, a couple of cloves of garlic into our mix. All right, just an easy way to incorporate garlic. You can see, gorgeous. Another clove in there. So I've added 2 cloves. Just be careful not to grate your fingers and your nails. Now I'm going to add some Greek feta to my fritters. So that will give it a really nice salty flavour. Now you don't have to use feta. You can use goat's cheese, you can use halloumi, some parmesan, but I've chosen to go with some feta. I'm only going to use about half a block. Put another half in. Okay, and then we'll just cut it up into small little pieces. Just into small little cubes. I'll pop that in. Now it's time for the dry ingredients and the seasonings. So we're going to add 1 cup of flour into here. This is a half a cup, so I'm going to add 2 of these in to make the 1. Okay, really bad way to do it, so don't do what I've just done. And then I'm going to add half a cup of breadcrumbs, and this will just give it a different texture and flavour to the fritters. Now for my seasonings, I have got some onion powder, so we'll get that opened and add that to the mix. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, chili flakes, optional. I'm going to add just a few little flakes in there, not too spicy. And I've got some oregano leaves, so I'm going to add a teaspoon of that as well. Now, because we've got a few acidic ingredients in here, I'm going to add just 1/4 teaspoon of bicarb soda, and that's going to help it become airy and fluffy when we fry it. So just 1/4 teaspoon. There we go. And I'm going to add some baking powder to help our mixture rise. I'm just going to add half a teaspoon because we used plain flour in this mixture. So half a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, last ingredient, eggs. So we're going to use 2 eggs. I'm just going to crack it into the bowl here. There's one there. There's my other one. 2. And just give it a little whisk. Okay, and then we're going to pour it into our mixture. Now it's time to give it a really good mix. So we'll just get in there. It smells absolutely divine. As you can see, all done. Now it's ready to get frying. Now I forgot to add one more ingredient, and that is some natural seed mix with pine nuts. So that's going to add a little bit of extra texture to our fritters. So I'm going to add roughly 1/3 cup of the nuts. Give that a mix. And we're ready to get frying. A great way to tell if your oil is ready is to wet your hands and just flick in some water like I'm doing now. And you can see that it's starting to bubble and spit, so that's hot enough to now start frying our zucchini. So my oil's hot now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tablespoon of mixture. So this isn't exactly a zucchini fritter as you know it. This is more like little bite-sized appetizer style zucchini fritter. And we're just going to use tablespoons of mixture and plop it into, very carefully, into the hot oil, and we're going to fry them. We're not going to, I might add one more. We don't want to overcrowd the pan with lots of fritters, because then the heat from the oil will go down. So we just want to make sure we don't overcrowd. It falls enough. We'll give that a little turn. Oh, that's looking gorgeous. Just a little bit more time. These are looking great. As you can see, this is all ready now. That is looking absolutely gorgeous. Put that on some paper towel to drain. And there you have it. So we'll do that for the rest of our mixture until it's all gone, and then I'll show you how we plate it up. So our zucchini fritters are beautiful and they're fried and they smell so good. I've seasoned it a little with some salt while they were still hot, and now they're ready to serve up on a plate. So I'm going to serve it with some tzatziki dip, which will taste gorgeous with the fritters. And I've got some dill that I'm going to chop up and I'm going to sprinkle over the top. So let's plate up. I'll give this a really rough chop so we can sprinkle it over the fritters once we've plated up. Okay. Another little bit of a chop. Okay, great. Now I'm going to get my plate and my little dip bowl, and we're ready to serve. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get our fritters and I'm just going to place them around our dip bowl. These just look so good. And just layer a few on top. Gorgeous. Great. Now I'm going to sprinkle first with some of our dill. Lovely. And then our dip. If I can get it open. All right. I am so excited for this. Beautiful. I'm also thinking some lemon wedges might be nice with this, but we'll save that for next time. All right, let's dig in. Let's give this a try. All right, here we go. Oh my God. These are so, so good. The nuts, the hint of chili, the feta. There's just so much flavor in this. Guys, you have to give this a go. And if you do, let me know how you go and let me know how much you love them. All right, well, until next episode, all the best, and I will be speaking to you soon. Bye.